Hey there, Facebook. I'm clicking the invite button, giving people a chance to tune in case they are interested in hearing what I have to say this morning. Just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about the choices that we make in our daily lives, because we have so many choices at any given moment to make, and it seems like it would be easy to make the right choices. But a lot of times we make choices that end up leaving us with regret. And I just want to talk a little bit about that. So, last year, this time, September 3rd, the Dakota Access Pipeline was approaching 1806, and they bulldozed the ancestors. The screen's not foggy, there's smoke. It's a lot of smoke right now here. The tribe identified these sites where the ancestors were buried. They said, hey, Dakota Access, don't bulldoze right here because this is where their ancestors, this is where their grave sites, and people are buried here. So please do not bulldoze right here. Like bulldoze over there, but don't bulldoze right here because this is where our relatives are buried. Please don't bulldoze here. And that's right where the Dakota Access Pipeline went. They went straight to there and bulldozed precisely that spot. And it was that at that time that the people went and tried to protect the ancestors. They went there because they knew that protecting the graves of our ancestors is the right thing to do. And it was a year ago today that the Dakota Access mercenaries, Tiger Swan and Frost Kennels and all these mercenary groups used attack dogs on our friends, on our relatives, and they made that choice. Somebody in their heart thought about it and was like, you know what, I'm going to take an attack dog and attack these unarmed people. That was a choice that they made. And your choices today might not be that dramatic. You might not have to decide if you're going to use an attack dog on a person. But you still have choices to make. And, whether you decide to make a kind choice or whether you decide to be the sort of person who makes a really inhumane choice is up to you at every moment. I've been on the verge of tears all morning since I woke up because I saw that video. I saw the attack dog video, and my friends got bitten. And I saw that call to action where Bobby Jean, Three Legs, said, please come and help. Please come and help. And she's crying on that video for help because she doesn't want her daughter's water to get poisoned. And she just experienced a dog attack where unarmed people who were praying had attack dogs used on them. And we don't want to face the fact that that's our country. That's our country that did that. Our country. It's the sheriff that we elected. It's the representatives that we elected. And it's our choice. It's our choice whether we want that type of country to live in or not. I vote, but I also understand the black box voting system. I understand they use algorithms to tally our votes, and those algorithms don't accurately represent the actual number of votes. That's just the nature of the electoral or the election system that we exist inside of. And, you know, we have choices to make. We always have choices to make. We have to decide the best possible choice. That's why I went to Standing Rock. That's why I went. But it's not enough, you know, going to whatever protest, it's not enough. You know, if you're sitting at home right now, whatever kind of comforts you're enjoying in your home, like, you know, I don't know how to describe it. I don't know how to accurately put it into words, but the condition of the United States of America is that we are colonizing stolen land. We are currently living on land that was stolen from the indigenous people who used to live here. And we, as a nation, decide to live in that condition. We decide that. Like, we decide that. And if we're not comfortable with it, if we recognize that attack dogs should not be used on native people who don't want their water poisoned, then we have to make choices that reflect that value. If that's a real value that we hold in our hearts, then we have to make the choices that show that we actually believe that. So, you know, as you're going through your day-to-day, you have a lot of choices to make. At each step, every moment, you have choices to make. And you're going to interact with a lot of people today, whether you're shopping or whether you're, you know, maybe you're having a picnic today, it's the weekend, or you're going to church. You have choices to make at each step along the way. And I hope that you can see the people in your reality who are suffering, because the nation that we exist in forces them into poverty, and then tears at their, you know, last shreds of dignity. My video yesterday was about class warfare, because it's okay to hate the poor. In the United States, it's okay to hate the poor. You kick them while they're down. That's what you do. You know, there's videos of these young people who jump homeless people. They attack them. Like, there will be a drunk person that is homeless and they're just like living on a curb or something. And the young people have been taught such values that they go over and jump the person who's helpless. So, you know, we have to teach each other and hold each other accountable and show one another that's not okay. We don't make choices like that. We don't attack the least among us. We support each other. We go to one another. We see the suffering in the eyes of our fellow humans and animals, and we go support them and comfort them and care for them, because we are responsible for creating heaven on earth, or hell. You know, those National Guardsmen at Standing Rock, the Morton County Sheriff's Department, all the sheriffs who came from across the country, you know, the FBI, the DEA, the ATF, the federal marshals, all of those law enforcement officers, they decided to make hell on earth for us. They attacked us violently, physically, with attack dogs, and they decided that. So, you know, it's easy to be an asshole. I mean, if you guys have been watching my feeds, then you know I don't have any problem with it. But it's even easier to be nice to someone. It is so much easier to be nice to someone, and afterwards you get to carry around those feelings of caring with you. It's easier to be nice to people. And that's, I believe, that's what the human spirit is drawn to. It's natural for us to be nice to people. It's actually difficult to be an asshole. I have to work at it. But it's worth it. So yeah, like, I just wanted to talk to you guys about choices. Because I was listening to my friend earlier today, Vanna D. Worthy. Vanna, she talks about some really important stuff. And I don't know if you guys listen to what she has to say or have a chance to recognize her, but she was talking this morning about the importance of choices and how we get to decide it. We get to decide whether we're going to be kind. And, it's Sunday, so maybe you're a prayerful person, maybe you're a church-going person. If you are, then I want to remind you of some words that my friend said. And he's not a Christian, but he carries the light inside of his heart. And he took these words from the Bible, and, I don't read the Bible. I very, very seldom read it. I know there's some good things in there. But he said, something to the effect of, love everyone. Just love everyone. And then, love yourself. That was it. Love yourself. Like, the first rule is to love yourself. And then the second rule is to love your neighbor as you love yourself. So, if you have a neighbor, if you're in that situation where somebody lives next to you, then I invite you to speak with that person who is your neighbor. Maybe you have tobacco or sage. Maybe you have some sort of extra zucchini or something. Or maybe you're a baker and you can make them something. Or if you live in Oregon, you have a big pile of weed. Go over and give them some weed, You have a choice. Each moment you have a choice. And if you love your neighbor as you love yourself, if every person in this world loves their neighbor as much as they love themselves, then this planet will change overnight. So, when you look at your neighbor, don't go and judge them by their pile of trash. Don't go and judge them by how many times they hurt you or what they've done wrong. Go over and judge them on how well you have loved them, on how kind of a person you have been to them. Don't judge them on the content of their character, but on how well you have embraced the opportunity to be nice to them. Because it's up to you. Each moment, it's up to you, it's up to me, it's up to each of us to choose how kind we want to be to the world around us. So, today, don't miss the opportunity to be nice. Do not miss the chance to be kind to somebody. Invest yourself in that kindness. Invest yourself in that caring and actually change this world through caring, through love, through common unity. I heard this elder speaking about just how to make the world better. And she said, if we are nice to everyone who is within 200 feet of us, if we are nice to every person who is within 200 feet of us, that's all we have to do. If we can just be nice to the people within the immediate 200 feet, then that's all that it's going to take to change the whole world. So as you go along, just be nice to people. Just be nice, I find it challenging, but it's a challenge that I'm willing to accept. And I hope you guys find that challenge in your life and accept it as well and be nice. So with all that said, I'm going to let you guys go. I hope you have a beautiful day out there, and I'll talk to you really soon.